Welcome back to our channel, a place where we uncover the deeper dimensions of everyday life through wisdom, reflection, and reverence. Whether you are here for the first time or you've been walking this path with us for a while, I welcome you with warmth. Here, we don't just talk about rituals or philosophy, we go beneath the surface to explore what they reveal about the soul, the unseen layers of reality, and the intentions that shape our destiny. Today, we delve into a question that might seem trivial to some, but has layers of meaning that go far beyond the physical. What do you do with the ashes from your incense burner? And more importantly, does it even matter? Isn't it just ash? Isn't it simply the byproduct of burning incense, ritual some associate with culture, religion, or perhaps mere tradition? But what if I told you that the way you treat these ashes says more about your inner world than you realize? Incense burning is one of the oldest spiritual practices known to humanity. Across civilizations, from the mountains of Tibet to the temples of Kyoto, from Catholic cathedrals to Native American sweat lodges, the scent of burning herbs, resins, and wood has always accompanied sacred moments. Incense creates an atmosphere that calls for stillness, but beyond the fragrance and the smoke, something else lingers: ashes. And herein lies our deeper inquiry. Ashes, in a spiritual context, are not waste. They are the physical residue of devotion, of prayer, of intention. Every time you light an incense stick, you are not just releasing scent into the air, you are offering a part of yourself. Your breath merges with the fire. Your wishes, whether silent or spoken, ascend with the smoke. Your reverence becomes the offering, and what remains is not garbage. What remains is a trace of your sincerity. But let's step into the modern world. You burn incense at home, you meditate, you chant. The ashes pile up. What do? If you're like most people, you probably sweep them away or dump them in the trash without thinking twice. It's just dust, right? But here's the thing. Your treatment of that ash reveals your mindset toward everything sacred. You see, every action in spiritual practice carries an energy frequency, not because the action itself is magic, but because of the intention behind it. When you light incense, you are often inviting in higher vibrations: peace, clarity, forgiveness, or prayer for the well-being of others. That energy doesn't disappear when the incense burns out. It transforms, and the ash left behind holds a vibrational memory of everything that occurred during the act of offering. Think of the ash as a vessel, silently holding the echoes of your sacred moments. Now imagine discarding it with disregard. What message are you sending? That your offering no longer matters? That your prayer has expired? That sacredness has a time limit? When you dump sacred ash into the trash, into a place of rot, filth, and waste, you symbolically mix the sacred with the profane. You dishonor the energetic thread that was built through your ritual. And while no deity may come to punish you, your own vibration shifts. It's not about being superstitious. It's about being energetically conscious. Let me share a story. A woman, devout in her daily offerings, used to burn incense for her ancestors every morning. Over time, her altar filled with ash. Without much thought, she would sweep it into a dustpan and toss it in the kitchen garbage. Nothing strange happened until one night, she dreamt of a silent elder standing by her stove, staring at her with sorrow in his eyes. She woke up shaken, feeling a deep sense of disrespect, though she couldn't explain why. The next day, she visited a spiritual teacher who asked her how she disposed of her incense ash. When she shared her routine, the teacher gently said, "The ashes of your prayers are not garbage. They are memory. They are your ancestors' voice. Treat them with the reverence you show during prayer." From that day on, she began returning the ashes to the earth beneath a tree, in the riverbank soil, or even scattering them in a quiet garden. She said her house felt lighter. Her dreams became clearer. Her mind became stiller. So what should we do with incense ash? The answer isn't a rigid rule, but a guiding principle. Treat it as sacred. Return it to the elements from which it came. Ash to soul, ash to water, ash to sacred flame. Choose a clean, natural space beneath a tree, at the foot of a mountain, beside a stream. Whisper your gratitude. Acknowledge the completion of the offering. It's not just about disposal. It's about integration. You may wonder, does all this really matter? Isn't this just ritualistic sensitivity? But pause and ask yourself, why do we treat some things with reverence and others with neglect? Why do we polish sacred statues but ignore the objects used in worship? It's because we've been trained to revere what shines, not what remains. But ashes are the truth of impermanence. They are the final note in a symphony of devotion, and sometimes the final note is the most powerful. Ritual, when done without consciousness, becomes routine, but when done with awareness, it becomes transformation. The difference lies in the details. How you fold your prayer shawl, how you blow out a candle, how you walk through a doorway, how you touch the earth, and yes, how you handle the ashes. Let's shift the lens even further. This isn't just about incense, it's about life. How do you treat the leftovers of your day, the conversations that ended awkwardly, the kindnesses that went unnoticed, the small victories that never got celebrated? The forgotten moments, aren't they also ash? Do you toss them away, or do you give them their due farewell? In truth, the ashes are metaphors. They represent what remains when passion burns, when rituals end, when intentions complete. They are your shadow and your residue, and when you start honoring the ash, you start honoring the full cycle of life, not just the peaks, but the endings, the transitions, the quiet. You begin to live in reverence, and in reverence, everything changes. You walk slower, you speak softer, you breathe deeper, you stop interrupting silence with noise. You stop craving climax and start seeing beauty in the fade. You realize that nothing truly disappears, it just transforms. The incense doesn't vanish, it becomes memory. The flame doesn't die, it becomes smoke. Your effort doesn't go unnoticed, it becomes essence. So, life friend, the next time you look at the ashes in your incense burner, don't rush. Sit with them, acknowledge them, let them speak, let them complete the story that your offering began. Your ash is not just ash, it is the soft language of the sacred. It is the residue of your soul's whisper. And in honoring it, you honor yourself. If this reflection opens something in you, if it made you see your practice or your life with gentler eyes, then share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below and let me know how you honor your spiritual practices. And of course, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and stay connected with us as we continue to explore these deep and beautiful truths together. Thank you for watching this video.